This should be a million times better, to be fair. So again, if anybody's there, let me know. So I don't see the view account, so... Okay, so this, we need to delete that one. Live test v2. Live test, okay. 8 minutes, 57 views, okay. Can someone post something in the chat so I can see? Ah, perfect. Nice one, Michael. Thank you. Michael, Michael, sorry, yeah, M-A. Audio definition test, cancellation, stereo audio, automatic adjust volume, perfect. What's all the chat about Evergrow crashing, mate? Any truth to this? I have no idea. Was it? I wouldn't even worry about stuff like that, mate. Listen, I'm not here to discuss all of this stuff at the minute. Let me just take that off because I can hear myself talking and it's driving me crazy. No, just turn the volume down as well. You know, look, yeah, I'm just in the process of trying to work some things out, you know, in terms of streams and whatnot, because I want to do this regular. I want to make this a regular thing, and I want to get it really polished and refined and, you know, spot on. But I'll just say this: ultimately, we are in a space, right, where we're surrounded by vultures, we're surrounded by scammers, we're surrounded by, you know, a very easy flow of information, you know. So it is very easy to, you know, to say something about something. For example, you know, my word is trusted. Okay, I'm very careful and very clinical about what I say. You know, I try to be very careful about what comes out of my mouth, because I know people will react to that. I don't want people to react to that, but it's just unfortunate. This is just part of being in this space, and this is just what we've got to do, right? So if I say something, you know, and I know that that's the case, you know, then I can very well affect the behavior of people by just saying, oh, you know, I think X token or X project is, you know, pretty crappy. They're not doing their job. You know, they should be doing this, that, and the other. And if they don't do anything, then I'm going to pull my bag out, you know, in 2 days, for example. And that's going to go out there. And then before you know it, it gets shared to thousands of people. Because remember, I might get 20 likes on a tweet, but it's still been viewed by, you know, 100, 200, 300, you know, 1,000, 2,000 people, you know, and that affects what happens, you know, to that particular project, even on a small scale. So it's horseshit. I don't listen to any of this stuff. I've got no interest unless I can verify it myself. I don't care, you know, and I have the good fortune, you know, and I'm blessed to be able to speak to people who are involved with these projects, and I'm not worried at all in any way, shape, or form. And a lot of the stuff that you hear is just total nonsense, to be fair. So don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. First like, mate. Thank you, Jacqueline. How you doing, Walton? Yeah, again, guys, this is just a test. You know, don't you know, don't get too excited. I'm not going to be hanging around too long. I just want to kind of see, yeah, you know, what the you know, what the stream's like. I'm going to be fixing a lot of this stuff anyway. Let's just go over to Bitcoin, see what Bitcoin's saying. Yeah, very close. If I just do 4 hours. Yeah, I do like this. You know, it is stabilizing, to be fair, Bitcoin. But it's like, what we're talking, almost. Yeah, you see, I was saying yesterday in the video before, I can't remember, man. I make so many videos about price, you know, challenging sort of 39,000. But here's the thing, you know, when we're looking at something, and here's a little tip: when we're looking at something, it's really important to be mindful of the reactions that we're looking at, you know, and try to make sure the decisions that we're making are based on logic, sound logic. You know, like I'm looking at this chart of Bitcoin right now, and I really don't care, you know, that a billionaire's just bought Bitcoin. I just don't care. I don't care that there is, you know, talk about Bitcoin. I don't care what the news is. I have no interest in what's going on in Russia or anywhere else in the world for that matter. My main concern is, what is this? What's the chart telling me? And right now it's telling me it's stabilizing. Is this something that I can make up? No, it's stabilizing. You can see it's stabilizing. It was going down, and now it's just stuck here. Where is it stuck? Well, isn't it funny that it just so happened to stop right where there is a liquidity pool? Yeah, what I would class as a liquidity pool. You know, no, it's not an accident. I could do this all day. I could do this 24 hours a day and show you guys, you know, on the 15-minute chart, because there's a lot of movement on the 15 and the 5-minute chart. And we could just do this over and over and over and over and over again. It's got nothing to do with what's going on in the world at all. Yeah. We're fortunate because charts allow us to see what's going on right now, the picture in this moment, you know. And when we look at price this way, it pretty much solves every investing problem there is. When do I get in? Just wait for price to hit X level. You know, when do I get out? Wait for price to hit X level. You know, when do I add to my position? Wait for price to hit X level, you know, and so on and so on and so on. It eradicates it effectively eradicates problems and fixes everything. Yeah, when you look at price this way, because it puts you in a position where you're effectively, the only thing that's left that can screw this up is you the trader, yeah, or you the investor. For example, if I say to you guys, and this is absolutely not financial advice, this is purely hypothetical. But if I said to you guys, I'm not touching Bitcoin, I'm looking, let's say I've got 3 Bitcoin and I'm looking to add another Bitcoin to my position, right? And I look at the chart and I say, do you know what? Yeah, it looks okay, it's stabilizing here, but I think it's still a little bit heavy. I'm going to wait for price to come down here, right? And I will not do nothing until price comes to exactly 28,000. Yeah, purely hypothetical, right? I've just solved my problem. Yeah, the problem of when do I buy? When do I get in? Now, if I don't wait to 28,000, if I grab it at 29,000, if I grab it here right now, then I've effectively broken that perfect system. Yeah, that didn't need to be broken. I'm the problem, me, not the chart, not what people are saying, not the news, not Twitter, not Michael Saylor, not all of these other people. I'm the problem because I chose to have a sound plan. I'm going to wait for price to get to 28,000. And now I'm going to break it because my emotions are getting in the way and I don't want to miss out. Yeah. So just be mindful of that. Everything is on the charts and I can prove this, like hands down. You know, looks clean and much better than the first one. Thanks, man. Yeah, you're welcome. No worries. Can you ask SwissBorg to put a stop to doing their protect and burn all in one candle as it gets sold back? Where is all that money being siphoned off to? Well, Jacqueline, first of all, I don't control what SwissBorg do. You know, you know, they listen to feedback, obviously, and just to be really clear, you know, I do analysis for the DAO. You know, I'll do the smart talks on Thursday with Ben. But I have absolutely no say in what SwissBorg do. I've got no leeway in any way, shape, or form. You know, I've met the guys before. We had a really good laugh at the AMA, the live in London. Great bunch of people. But remember, they're dealing with and having to service over 500,000 people. So, you know, and don't take this the wrong way, Jacqueline. But let's say I take this to them and I say, all right, guys, listen. You know, Jacqueline said, and you're going to laugh at this. You know, Jacqueline said, you know, can you stop doing this? You know. Because it's creating this problem, and they're going to say, what are you talking about? You know, ultimately SwissBorg have their way of doing things, and they are responsible, like I said, for over 500,000 users, and what they're doing is protecting their CHSB token, Another recent action. Sorry, I missed the EGC. Oh, sorry, no, it's a different comment. Sorry, just joined in. Yeah, again, guys, this is just a test. Okay, really, really quick test. I want to make sure. For now, I'm going to be using, this software to do the live streams because they seem to be a little bit more fluent and fluid. But in terms of going forward, I really want to kind of get OBS sorted because there's a lot more that I can do with OBS. I can move things around. I can have things in their place. So slowly. But I'm very anal about stuff. I really want to make sure things are, smooth. And I'll try and fix as much as I can, but I'll hang around for a few minutes. So Daniel says, sorry, just joined in. Not sure if it's been covered. I believe in EGC as a project, not too stressed about the recent price action. That said, would there be a point where you did become worried? When it gets to zero, Daniel. Yeah, when it gets to zero, that's when I'd be worried. If I woke up and it was at zero, I'd be like, okay. And even then, and again, don't take this the wrong way, but I've been doing this for a very, very long time. I knew what I was getting into before I invested in Evergrow, before I invested in Rheumatic, before I invested in SwissBorg, and when I invest in Proteus, I know what I'm getting myself into. I've been doing this, like I said, for a very long time. I'm very seasoned, and the money that I put into these projects, I'm prepared to lose. Makes no difference to me. The only problem for me would be, my word. Yeah, if something was to go wrong, I would be, it would be a shame, that my trust, with the community would be tarnished in some way. But I, like I said, that's a personal thing because obviously I care. I have a lot of love for the community, and I really want to make a difference in this space. So for me, it's not, it would be more that side of things. Money comes and goes, guys. Everybody has a story. For all I know, Daniel, you might be broke. Again, I'm not saying you are. But we've got, let's say, 6-7 people in the room. You guys all have a different story. Some of you may be wealthy, some of you may be, poor, some of you may be really struggling, some of you may have just about everything that you own in one of these projects. So for you, it matters. I'm not saying it doesn't matter for me, but it's a different story. If you've got 2 people and one person has invested 10,000 into Evergrow coin, and he's a millionaire, yes, he's going to be bothered because it's still money, but ultimately it's not going to affect him or her in any way if something goes wrong. But if you have a person who's took a shot and said, you know what, I really like this project, I really want to get in the the DeFi space, and they've put a couple of thousand in of pretty much everything that they've got, and they're working 16-17 hour shifts, really struggling to make ends meet, that's a big deal for them. So if something goes wrong, they're really going to feel that. And these are the things that we need to be paying attention to. So, again, to answer the question, I wouldn't be worried even if it went to zero, but that would be the, what the F is going on type of thing, right? Now, I don't know how many people are actually on this stream. Okay, so there's only 11 of you. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, it's a pretty big delay, to be fair. Pretty big delay. Yeah, I need to fix this. This is going to drive me crazy, to be honest. So guys, I'll just, because of the delay, I'm going to hang around for a few more minutes. If you guys have got any questions or anything else that you just want to quickly throw out there, let me know. And if not, then I will be fiddling around with some other stuff, and I'm just going to be kind of working in the background today, trying to get all of this really nice. To be honest, I actually don't like using this software because when I do this, that's actually my left hand, and I prefer it to be mirrored, and in OBS, I have the option to actually switch it around. But for now, it is what it is. We'll figure it out. My Dems, what's going on, brother? You okay? You're welcome, Flammer. again, and so you guys know, this isn't easy. I can tell you that I get a lot of shit from a lot of people. If I showed you guys some of the DMs that I've been getting, from people who don't have the balls to take, to say it to my face or to actually put their name to what they're saying, and they go and create accounts, and then attack and say, why are you doing this? And, stop talking about this project, or, I actually had somebody, I had somebody on Twitter publicly attack me, and I just blocked this person. I think it was Crypto Queen, and she had, I say it could be a he, but she had the thing, the letters all, it looked like Russian. The lettering actually looked like Russian, but it did say Crypto Queen. She started going off on one, saying, why aren't you covering this particular project? Oh, but wait a minute, you're perfect, and you don't accept money, right, for doing reviews and things. Oh, you're special, or you're this. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? You're actually having a go at me, right, for not promoting your project, which I think is absolutely it's just horseshit. I would never invest in that project. And don't ask me which one it is, because I'm not going to say, but come on, man. Like, seriously, is this what it's come to? You're attacking YouTubers for not promoting your project and for not accepting your payment. I don't want to accept your dirty money, but thanks anyway, because the very fact that you're doing that in the first place just shows what kind of project you are. How high do you think volume would be on Q2? I'm assuming you're talking about Evergrow Coin. I don't know. I really don't know. I want to see the release of Crater and see how things go. These are just guesses, really. They'd just be guesses. Tiptoe, how you doing, man? I have just under 200 subs, and I've been attacked last night. 50 dislikes, 40. Yeah, it's all the same. Yeah, trust me, you'll get used to that. You get used to that. YouTube fixes all of that eventually. It does have a very small impact on your view account, in the recommendation system, putting it out there, but it won't really make much of a difference. She does it for money and doesn't care. Yep. LSPTV. I find your videos comfortable to watch. Do you think it's a nice moment to fill bags of EGC? I can't answer that question, Milizar. What I can say is decide what it is that you're trying to accomplish. Okay. If you guys are looking for an opportunity, for example, with Evergrow Coin or a reflection token, to focus on the reflections and have passive income, that's different, right? Filling your bags, can be done at any point. And you just try your best to time, the market to try and get as much for your money as you can, right? But if you're looking to trade Evergrow, which or any project really, I would never suggest that because of the tax. But if you're looking for just growth, or just to make a quick buck, so to speak, again, I wouldn't suggest that because it's very difficult to do. So if it's from the reflection side of things, it doesn't really matter when you're doing that. She takes her community to weird projects. People follow her because of the stream gaming. Yeah. This is all standard. Unfortunately, it sells, right? What books did you read for your style of reading charts? I didn't, actually. What I do is pretty unique, not in the sense that it's not available or there's nobody else in the world that does this, but it's unique in the sense that I took it to a level that nobody else has taken it to. I was prepared to sit for 72 hours, awake, in front of my screen, watching price. I think I've recorded over 1,000 videos of price, watching the reactions, and I'm like, and I trust me, and don't take this the wrong way, but I don't think there's anybody that would have gone to that extreme, or that will go to that extreme that I went to understand what I'm seeing on the charts. This is why it's so accurate, not because what I'm saying is, amazing, or it's correct, or there's a particular style of trading and this one works and that one doesn't. For example, Wyckoff works but Elliott Wave doesn't. Nothing to do with that. My understanding of what I'm seeing is on another level. I'm sorry, it just is. And it's become apparent now, right? It's not something, like I said, and like I continue to say, that I can change. I can't turn around and say, what I do doesn't work, or what I do has no validity, or what I do is you know, I'm lying, because I've got how many videos? You know, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos online that verify I know what I'm talking about. You know, so in terms of learning this stuff, Wyckoff's a good place to start. Support resistance levels, a good place to start. You know, something like supply and demand theory, good place to start. But again, you need to be able to put all this together in a way that makes sense for you, right? It's different for everybody. I've taught this, guys. I've taught this, guys, to hundreds of people over the years, you know, and I'm still teaching it now today, you know, to a group of people, and they all have different results. Why is that? You know? Hi, Guillaume. Why does everybody have a different result? You know, and this happens every time, without question. We're all looking at the same data, right? We're all looking at the same thing. If I show somebody how to find the liquidity pool, you know, shouldn't we all put our, you know, liquidity on the chart in the same place? But it never happens. Everybody sees it differently because, as my logo says, it's the trader, nothing else. Yeah, it's the trader, nothing else. Once you really get that, then you start to shift, you know. Jayanth, how you doing, man? You start to shift your thinking, your process, and how you view projects, the world, the charts, and so on. You know, it's not Zen, and it's nothing to do with any of that stuff, but it's just an understanding, a much clearer understanding of what you're actually seeing. You know, and then when you see that, you know, it's something that can't be taken away from you. You know. Can everyone have enough knowledge? I'm just going to be vaping, by the way, guys. Let me just make sure I don't. Oh, sorry. Do you know free gender as well? You put what books and so on. One thing I would suggest is you go and get Martin J. Pring's technical analysis book. Okay, it's really thick. It's like this. And it's I don't know what edition it's on right now, but you know, and there's a lot of boring stuff in there, you know, Dow theory and so on. But if you cram all of that into your head, even if you give it a once over, it will help your neurons fire a certain way, because there's a lot of psychology involved in this. So definitely worth getting that book. Is EGC growth due to EGC organic growth from the other reflection coin that give EGC? No. EGC is on its own page, but obviously any token that reflects in Evergrow coin has to buy that on the open market full tax. So of course it will help, you know, Evergrow coin reflections and the Evergrow coin ecosystem. Yes, Milizar. Yeah, I guess you were talking about reflections. Can everyone have knowledge enough that their emotions won't influence? No, because human behavior is the same and it will always be the same. You know, always. Because then when it gets to that point, you're just dealing with, you know, effectively AI. You know? So do you offer paid courses then, dude? I'd be definitely interested in that. I don't think anyone in Staffordshire even knows crypto. Staffordshire, wow. I used to do a lot of work in Chipping Norton, actually. Spent many years. We grew up in Chipping Norton. Well, we kind of went from Yorkshire and then we came down, you know. I don't know if Staffordshire is anywhere near Chipping Norton. I think that's more sort of like Bedfordshire or Warwickshire way. But yeah, I've grown up in places like that, you know, Chipping Norton, Shipston upon Avon, you know, and these places are very like way back. You mentioned crypto and they're like, you know, they think you're aliens trying to abduct them or something. So in terms of paid courses, I mean, look, I don't promote it, you know, and this is again just another example of how different I really am in this space. I don't promote it. It's a Patreon site. The link has always been in the description of every single video that I've ever made. Yeah. And you would think with the way that I am and the follower account that I have that I should have thousands of, you know, subscribers, but I don't. And it's deliberate because one, I only want people to actively look for it. And two, I don't want anybody in there that's going to give me shit. I just don't want to deal with it. Because a lot of people come and they just think it's, you know, a place to just get signals, you know, oh, if I just sign up, you know, then I can get closer to him and ask him a question like, when should I buy? and it's never going to be like that. It's all education about making people better at what they do. Staffordshire is near Stoke. Chipping Norton is past Stratford. That's it. Yeah, Stratford. Yeah, with Shakespeare country. Yeah. Something there. Yeah. 5th edition, 25 quid. Yeah, it's expensive, but it's a good start. And again, there's a lot of boring stuff in there, Tiptoe. But ultimately, it's just once you get through all of that information, it does help. It does help with the way that you're, the way that you think and see things on the charts. Thank you, Flammer. Or thank you, Flammer, for thanking Tiptoe Crypto. You sound like Rob the Strat. The Strat is a technique that he made up over 10 years ago of hard work chart reading. Yeah. I've told you, it's just time and effort and persistence and patience. All the things that we should have anyway. Looks for signals and students, looks for understanding teachers' mindset. Yes, free. Absolutely. And again, just a quick reminder, and this is turning into, because there's not a lot of you in here, but just a quick reminder, it is a test. Just want to make sure that the software that I'm using, is good. It is quite delayed still, but I'll fix that. That's not a problem. How do you feel that SwissBorg promote the project or the protect and burn like it's a benefit of investing, knowing that it affects your balance in zero way? Do you know you're being played? I feel it's corruption. Again, Jacqueline, this is. I'm kind of getting the feeling that that you have an issue. I don't know anything about you, obviously. I don't know, what your line of thinking is in terms of SwissBorg, whether you're invested, whether you're not. But any protect and burn, any token that is bought, and burn reduces the circulating supply, which creates scarcity over time. We don't see the immediate effect of, we may see the immediate effect of that in terms of price behavior, but it doesn't, we're not going to see the long-term effect of that until the circulating supply gets to a point where it is less enough to create the pop. Now, I'm going to be completely frank with you because this is just the way that I am, but your comments are emotional, so I'm going to take a guess that you are invested in SwissBorg, and that you feel the protect and burn should make your investment go up, and that's just not the case. When people look at their investments and they see that they're at zero, or they see their balance is quite low, they get frustrated, and they have this ridiculous notion that the protect and burn is there to, create massive green candles, which is a fallacy, and it's ridiculous, and it's not the case. It's there to protect the token and then burn it. So again, I don't mean any disrespect with the things that I'm saying, but I've been doing this for a very, very long time, and I know when somebody is emotional about the questions that they're asking. So I see behind your question, and I see the emotion there, and I can see that you're potentially in, SwissBorg, and I'm just, again, these are just assumptions, but I'm assuming you're in, you're in SwissBorg, you're invested in it, and you feel that the protect and burn should be, better than it is, I guess, and that it should, help your investment be in the green, or be more in the green, or come out of the red. Yeah, that's right, Gicho. Or Gicho. Le belle. Protect and burn doesn't always work straight away, but over time it should do. I don't think there's any ill intent on the part of SwissBorg. I may be wrong, not hating on you. No, 100%. There is no ill intent on SwissBorg's part. This is a massive company. I've met these people, and they are absolutely 100% ethical. Their company is phenomenal. What they're bringing to the market is a game changer, and I use the app on a daily basis, to do all of my moving around, and I do hold CHSB, and I'm not going to be selling it anytime soon. That's for sure. And the thing is as well, Jacqueline, I'll just quickly say this. At some point, you will see the fruits of protect and burn. Yeah, free gender. The thing is with dislikes and things like this, at first, when I first started to really push this back in November, and obviously it's grown to what it's grown to now and will continue to grow, that used to bother me. Now I really don't care because I know what it's about. People are just, bitter for some, everybody has their own story, like I said, but people are just bitter, or some people just want to hurt others. I don't know. There's some very strange people out there, unfortunately. Did you look at into Reflex Finance yet? Their launch is just under 2 weeks away. No interest. I reached out to their CEO, and they said they'd get back to me, which they did. We're trying to arrange an opportunity to sit down and have a chat with the guys. But until I do that, I've got absolutely no interest in that project at all. I love your content, and the thing that sorry, I read that. This may be an unpopular opinion, but I have never considered the funds that I shift into crypto as investing, purely based on how volatile it can be. To me, safer to consider it better betting or spending. Yeah, I mean, you can look at it that way from a mindset perspective. Yeah, of course, it does help to dissociate. And it's the same thing. If you put money into anything, and it's going to be there for a while. If you're using money that you can afford to lose, even if it's £10 or a couple of quid, and it's not going to affect your lifestyle, it's not going to affect your bills and what you're doing in life, then absolutely, it's good to think that way. Definitely good to think that way. Again, what we got? 21 people. Okay, that's good. That's good. So again, just a few more minutes, guys. I'll wait just in case there's anything else. And while we're waiting, I'll just have a quick scan through. Let's have a look at Ether. Wrong chart. This is the one we want to be using. So, yeah, pretty much the same as Bitcoin, really. It's like a copy and paste of Bitcoin. Now, what's interesting about Ether, it is showing a little bit of relative strength against Bitcoin, and I find it interesting. So this area right here, if this gets traded through, let's make it yellow. We'll probably see 2000, but I'm hoping that we start to challenge some of this imbalance up here. But it's all Bitcoin dependent, really. Everything that we're seeing is just Bitcoin dependent. There's nothing we can do. Just have to accept that. So until Bitcoin does its thing, we just chill. Are you using any of the formulas on PooCoin for your analysis? Any of the formulas? No, I'm not. On PooCoin, basically, it's just exactly what you're seeing in front of you with TradingView. When I look at the charts, it is literally all I look at is the price, and then, the Fibonacci tool that I use, I remove everything off there except for the 0 line and the 100 line. And I use that to just mark off the levels, purely for you guys, really. I don't actually need to put these on the chart, but I need to reference them so you guys know what I'm looking at and what I see in my head. But I don't use any formulas. I don't use nothing. Literally just charts. That's it. Just purely candlesticks. Thank you for your answer. If they trickle burn, it would stop the selling. As the price of CHSB is down 87% next to Ether, I feel a trickle burn would stop the instant sell-off. It makes sense. Yeah. I mean, speak to them. Go into the Discord. Make some noise. Put your thoughts into the feedback section on the Discord. They do listen. A lot of times people think they don't. They do, and not just SwissBorg, any project. They think, oh well, they don't listen because they're not doing exactly what you say. But If they come up with a hybrid of what you're talking about, because maybe 100 or 200 or maybe 1,000, 2,000 people, are thinking along the same lines and giving feedback in that way, then they will make an effort to, to do what's right by the community. When I first started, I would only listen to positive YouTubers. Now I only listen to negative YouTubers because I know their advice is real. When price is going to go down, it's going to go down. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You guys know how I am with these influencers. I'd like to think that, one of the influencers that I had a pop at recently took his video down because of the tweet that I put out, which was completely insane. What he was talking about in that video was absolutely absurd, and anybody watching that video and using that as financial advice, as far as I'm concerned, is an idiot. Sorry, that's just the way it is. It's disgusting. You cannot treat people that way. You cannot use your followers, for personal gain, while you're driving around. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'd rather sit in a room with 3 people and talk boring math, because I know it's probably going to make more sense than take advice off somebody driving around in a £300,000 car, and giving me financial advice from a phone. All right, I'll just say it like that. I want to see what the delay is like when I type test. All right, one sec. Yeah, about 6 seconds, 5-6 seconds. Okay. So there's about a 5-6 second delay. Okay. That's fine. But I know obviously ultimately when I have this posted, oh, by the way, guys, is there about 5 seconds. Is there a limit to is there a time limit on you guys typing? Do you have to wait 5 seconds every time you post something? What's cool about this as well, actually, I can just kind of do this so you see the full thing. Do this, can make it like that, so I can just kind of, you see what I mean? I want to point that way, but I can't, so I've got to, oh, for goodness sake, I've got to kind of do this. It's so annoying. Yeah. We can also do that as well. Stick me in the bottom. I want to see a bigger chart. No chat throttle, it looks like. Okay, yeah, perfect. I know that when I stream through YouTube using OBS, you can change the setting, because the last time I had over 150 people in here, so the kind of chat was going up pretty quick, pretty fast. All right, guys, so look, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to go and do a few more tests, see if I can get this spot on. For now, we'll be using this, the live stream that I'm looking to do either Friday or Saturday. I'm going to schedule that like I did last time, so everybody knows they can make it, so on. This was just kind of a just pop on and see what happens type of thing. EGC isn't a scam, Mitesh. Whether it's good or not is down to you, and whether or not you personally, have vetted the project and so on. All right. So, you're never going to get financial advice from me ever. But yeah, I'll schedule the stream. It's going to be either Friday or Saturday. And by then I should be able to, have a much cleaner, faster, more fluid stream. All right. So we'll leave it at that. I have no idea what the audio is going to come out like either. So we'll see. How you doing, George? So I'm going to leave it at that. And I'll wish you guys a good day or good evening, wherever you are. And we'll chat soon. All right, guys. Take care.